Johnson, one of my broadcast partners tonight for the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. The most successful coach in American soccer history, Ron Newman. And of course, this is the place to be for an All-Star Game. In goal, this is where you have to be. This is where all the action is going to be, and this is why we're starting the broadcast in goal with the East team's goalkeeper, P.J. Johns. Now, Ron, you've been involved in indoor soccer for over 15 years now. The Continental Indoor Soccer League is in 15 major markets across the United States and Mexico. What do you notice about the Continental Indoor Soccer League, other than those great shots?
Well, I'm just wondering if I'm in short here, actually, Dave. But, you know, this has always been a first-class game, and we've got powerful owners now in the CISL. And the best arenas in the world, and I think that we're going to get first-class treatment now that'll take us to the next step and beyond.
All right, that's very important, and hopefully the next step is not a shot across my solar plexus. But indeed, Ron, as we talk about the Continental Indoor Soccer League game, the first ever here in the City of Roses, Portland, Oregon, what are some of the things we should be looking for besides these shots tonight in an All-Star game?
Well, this is a showcase. This is the showcase for the CISL, and their systems will go down the drain. Right, there will be no defensive discipline on the field today, and but I can assure you, the coaches at home will be praying that there won't be any injuries to their all-star players. And but as far as whether this game is going to be competitive, once the ball starts rolling, once the egos are bruised a little bit, you'll find this will be very competitive.
It should be a lot of fun and very entertaining. After all, we have some of the best players indoors in the world on this carpet tonight. We're coming back with more from Portland, Oregon. It is the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Stay there. Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon for the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Dave Johnson, along with my broadcast partner tonight, Ron Newman. As we told you at the outset, this is really going to be a treat because you're going to be seeing some of the best players in the world in indoor soccer. And Ron, why don't we start out with one of the West players right now to talk about a guy who's played successfully in the English Premier League. We're talking about Pregame. What makes this guy tick? He may be one of the best all time.
Well, a lot of people say that he is the best indoor player in the world. Just don't tattoo that. But I mean, he can, with the left foot that he's got, he can pick your pocket with his left foot. Absolutely magnificent moves, such control, and he can put the ball anywhere on a dime if he wants to.
All right, they call him the Magic Man for some reason, and we're going to see tonight on this carpet in Portland, Oregon. All right, let's talk about Andy Chapman, a player for the East team. This guy, in his 15-year indoor career, 601 goals.
Well, Andy's been around since the turn of the century, I think, Andy, you know, and wherever he's been, there's been a lot of goals right behind him. And I think of the young boys who are trying to score their first goal in this league this year, and they see that Andy's got 600 goals. That's an incredible feat.
All right, now we were just in net, and I don't know, it made me a little bit nervous with those shots flying around. They were just doing that for practice. Let's talk about some of the goalkeepers you're going to be seeing tonight. For the West, it is Mike Daller. He's, in fact, both goalkeepers, 37 years of age. For this guy, in fact, the all-time leader in the Major Indoor Soccer League in victories. What makes him go?
Well, Mike, you know, both these boys are pensioners, really. You know, they should be put out to stud. I don't know about putting them in goal, but they're still in great condition and great shape, and the knowledge they've got on how to keep the ball out in the indoor game is beyond reason. They can do such a good job. Also, P.J. Johns for the East team from the Pittsburgh Stingers. We just were, in fact, in goal with him, and boy, it's going to be a difficult assignment tonight with all these great all-star offensive players. Well, that's right, and I think these two boys are going to have the busiest night of the whole team, because there's always a lot of goals in all-star games. There's no defenses. That's right. So PJ and Mike Deller both played for me in all-star games before, and they've had great games. And I think they'll do the same tonight. Okay, well, we're ready for some of that offense. We're coming back with the starting lineups of the kickoff, the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game from the City of Roses. Stay there. Fred Meyer, where one-stop shopping is the easiest way to save time and money. And by the Oregonian, everything you need to know. And by Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics. And by your local Jeep Eagle dealer. So indeed, tonight, they're ready to rumble, they say, here in Portland, Oregon. You look at the East squad. They will be in the white jerseys, and that's Superman Andy Chapman of the Detroit Neon. As we talked about at the outset, a player with over 600 goals, 601 to be precise, in his storied indoor career. Look at Essie Bahamas, one of the officials for tonight's contest, along with Kelly Mock and Eric Beck. And in the red jerseys, you take a look at Dale Irvine of the Anaheim Splash.
Irvine, one of the West squad members in the red jerseys. As we just mentioned, the officials, in fact, Kelly Mock, the director of officials for the Continental Indoor Soccer League, so we should be in good hands for tonight's contest. As we talked about, Portland at one time in the 70s, this place was known as Soccer City, USA. As you can tell by the crowd here tonight, I think it's becoming Soccer City, USA once again. Again, the Continental Indoor Soccer League, a 15-team league, and right away you see Dale Irvine in the red trying to create some havoc. P.J. Johns is in goal. It's likely the goalkeepers will each play a half in this contest. P.J. Johns, the starting goalkeeper for the East. Raul Salas, Monterrey's the backup. Mike Dowler starts in goal. He's from the Sacramento Knights. And Brett Phillips of the champion Las Vegas Dust Devils, the backup. Kia with the touch on the ball for the East squad. They work forward. Troy Snyder. Nice ball movement. They work into the corner. The cross skims into the corner. And this is a look at some of the end-to-end action we'll probably expect tonight. Does anyone think defense at all in these contests, Ron?
Well, both teams have come out high pressure. I think maybe it's just the energy that's inside of them, you know. I think they may stop that after a little while. But there was the first opportunity there for the East. But nobody's sitting on the back post, which usually results because they're not familiar with each other.
Sean Bowers with a touch on the ball. Last minute addition to the West squad because of an injury to Ralph Black of the Seattle Sea Dogs. They look at Pecky, the magic man. Tries to force it into the box. It's cleared out by the East. Kia on defense. The East are a little short on defenders. In fact, they're without David Doyle and Tattoo, not defenders, but two of the top players. But one of the additions, the East squad, Chico Moreira, a defender from the Houston Hotshots, one of the two players from the Hotshots. Ziad Allen, the other one. The West trying to create something. P.J. Johns forced to make a save on the rifling shot by John Perry. P.J. Johns. So Perry christened the goalkeeper.
P.J. was up to that one. He got behind the ball. I think he's quite happy to get the first feel of that at this stage of the game.
John Perry, fourth and scored in the Continental Indoor Soccer League. From the Sacramento Knights to Philip. Perry looking for an opportunity. Now Dan Gaylord from your team, the Arizona Sand Sharks, into the fray. Ron Newman won 10 indoor titles with the San Diego Sockers, but now is the head coach of the Arizona Sand Sharks.
Well, there's two great saves of PJ there, David, especially the follow-up one. He parried the first one, and they followed it up, but he made another great save.
So now the East squad will try to work it from their defensive third. We're just underway here in the first quarter. Again, the renewed indoor soccer. It's 4 15-minute quarters, and you'll see this happen occasionally. The goalkeeper's wandering out, trying to help jumpstart the offense is P.J. Johns. Nebo trying to get onto it with Nebo Bandovich from the Houston Hotshots. I should correct that, actually 3 Hotshot players here now with the addition of Chico Moreira. Opportunity for Rob Betts from the hometown Portland Pride, and that would have electrified the crowd. Now the East try to come the other way. Nebo Bandovich, he started from the Houston Hotshots. Indoor veteran, played in the Major Indoor Soccer League in the late 80s. Nebo trying to work things to midfield. On Gaylord right there. Gaylord trying to create some havoc in midfield. Headed away by Jeff Betts. Back to Rusty Troy now. Rusty of the Dallas Sidekicks. Plays for the champion Las Vegas Dust Devils. Troy gets a shot off the ricochet. Doug Neely. Jeff Betts now working it forward. Betts, he's got Irvine off to his left. Overlapping Michael Collins of the Seattle Sea Dogs. They could not work the give and go. Now the other way. Andy Chapman on the ball. Will take the shot. Tries to bury it on the far post. Nebo Bandovich now back to Troy Snyder. It's intercepted.
All this end-to-end stuff, David. Both teams have had their chances, and nobody's really dictating the game yet. Probably the best chances have come to the East, but nothing really established yet. They're still trying to feel each other out.
Drago with a touch on the ball, a clean-shaven one from the Detroit Neon. Long ball with forward. Kerry Woodbury did good to track back into his defensive third. Ziad Allen of the Houston Hotshots under pressure. Woodbury, some dangerous moves, dribbles right in front of his own goal. A tense moment perhaps for Mike Dowler. Woodbury cannot clear it. Now Drago has it. He's got Snyder off to the right, tries to go 1v1. And Mike Collins and Drago. Drago has to retreat to midfield. It is difficult. Again, these players have only really had 48 hours to get used to trying to play with one another, and that's one of the shortcomings in an All-Star game. You don't always know what your teammates doing.
No, yeah, they don't quite have the sharp understanding they do as if they're playing with the team, but they know each other the way they play.
Michael Collins fires a shot. It's on the goal line. It's on the goal line. And coming up with it is P.J. Johns as that splintered the woodwork and straddled the goal line. Now Drago. And a shot, a save by Mike Dowler as Dowler comes up big. Danny Pena. Correction, Samuel Geronimo. Of the East from Mexico trying to come up with. Now Pregame for the Westcott. Pregame, you give him that one step. You can't do that. It gets to the top of the arc, fires a shot. Rebound is no good, and now the East, again in the white jerseys of this Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game, come out on the attack. Good look at Zizinho. He is from Monterrey La Raza. Back to Rusty Troy. Troy ships it into the corner. Andy Chapman back to the goal. Chapman up his thigh. Flicks it for Chico Moreira. Rusty Troy and good defense. Good man-to-man marking on the part of the West. B.J. Johns, the goalkeeper, works it forward to Chapman. Kia runs off to the left. They work it wide. Now Rusty Troy, half volley, fires the shot that sails over the glass.
Once again, fans catch the ball in the stands tonight.
Well, we almost had the first goal of this All-Star Game, and this is how close it was. A shot by Michael Collins.
Collins hits both inside of both posts along the line. PJ must have been doing something in his sleep last night, but whatever he did it right. You don't see that too often, not the inside of both posts.
B.J. John certainly blessed on that occasion by not one post, but both posts. Now Pregame has some space, comes charging forward, tries to draw the foul. He does. And a free kick coming up for the West as Kelly Mock quick with the whistle.
Dangerous position this one, David, because they've got some big shooters out there. Pregame can find anyone. He always puts on a lovely pass. He's looking for the players to get in position.
Pregame puts it over for Danny Pena. Pena fires the shot, ricochets.
Good selection for Pena, almost scored.
Danny Pena, another member of the Sacramento Knights, and he could fire it from outside, so that was indeed a good selection. Sean Bowers trying to force the action. Now the East, again in the white jerseys. 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League game from Portland, Oregon, home of the Portland Pride. Dave Johnson along with Ron Newman. Fancy moves, but Mike Dowler is able to sweep things away. Did what he had to do, and Ziad Helen.
That's crafty Mike Dowler. He read that beautifully there. Saw his teammate beaten, but he was off his line and down as an extra defender.
Again, both these starting goalkeepers 37 years old, so experience shows on that occasion. Whistle and a foul. We have a free kick coming up for the East. So surprising, we've actually made it almost halfway through this first period. 8:11 left in the first period, and still 0-0 to score.
It's a bit of a surprise.
Chico Moreira to Drago now. Ricochets goes off the top of the dasher board. Takes a high ricochet, a difficult one, but now Dale Irvine weaving forward. Now on the attack, Sean Bowers, again at the Anaheim Splash. In the Continental Indoor Soccer League with 15 teams. Terry Woodbury of your Arizona Sand Sharks. The return pass for Woodbury. Passing lane was tightly closed down by the East. Irvine turns, fires, the follow-up, another follow-up, Woodbury swatted away. P.J. Johns, he's got a little help there from the glass, but in the end, he had to make the save on the header by Terry Woodbury.
Well, if you had to pick the start of the game, it would have to be P.J., wouldn't it? I mean, how many more chances? Look at this, one touch after another. P.J. wants to keep it out that goal.
We're going to break, 0-0 the score. Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Dave Johnson, Ron Newman, look at this. It starts with Dale Irvine. This is the action we're enjoying in the CISL All-Star Game. And P.J. Johns forced to make the big save on the Terry Woodbury opportunity. Now just about back to live action. Don Gaylord of the Arizona Sand Sharks will have the free kick to restart things. Let's see where Gaylord decides to go. The shot by Bowers, the save. The follow-up, it's in the net. Jeff Betts, it's in the net. Go West. For P.J. Johns, he has to applaud the effort. He's done everything he has possibly been able to do to keep a clean sheet in this game, but watch this one.
Yeah, P.J. Sean Bowers fires in a hard one, and it's too close. And Betts is too close there. And P.J.'s got to say that you can't stop them all when they get that close.
The eyes of the keeper you look at, and well, P.J. Johns unable to stop the follow-up by Jeff Betts, and what a way to start the All-Star scoring. A hometown product, Jeff Betts of the Portland Pride. What a season he is having, second in the Continental Indoor Soccer League in scoring. And he's out of the University of Portland, so when we say he's a hometown product, we do mean he's a hometown product. So again, this is the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. The East team is in the white jerseys, the West team in the red jerseys, and now the East with an opportunity. Troy Schneider standing over it. Free kick, two-man wall put into play. The shot by Eric McClellan, it's in the net! It's in the net! Goal for the East! And the two Washington Warthogs combine, Rod Newman, to make it 1-1 just seconds after the first goal.
It didn't look particularly dangerous. The ball was right out to the red line. Really picked that ball up there. But there's a lovely layup, but there's nobody there close enough to him. Michael Collins couldn't get to him, and it should have been blocked a little bit earlier, but it fooled Dowler and slipped underneath him.
So 1-1 the score with 7:17 left here in the first quarter of play. They kick out souvenir balls after every goal, and they almost got pelted with one. I wasn't sure you were going to raise the hands to save me on that one. Mike Dowler knocks it forward. So the West, they had a lead, but short-lived. On the attack, once again, opportunity for the West. Now Michael Collins follows through, but look out in the seats. And it'll be a goal kick. I should say a throw-in coming up for the goalkeeper, P.J. Johnson. No goal kicks, actually, in the Continental Indoor Soccer League.
They throw them out here, but that was a vicious shot by Parry that P.J. had to deal with, and you couldn't possibly see that ball. It was traveling so fast. Yeah, Rusty Troy blocked that one. That could have been dangerous. Dale Irvine is very accurate from that distance. Rusty Troy just stuck a foot out, so it'll be a corner kick. These are dangerous. They've got so many powerful shooters. Terry Woodbury, vicious left foot. Number 2. If they can get the ball to Terry and he gets past the first blocker, it's going to be a goal.
In the right position. 6:31 left here, the first quarter. Dale Irvine knocks it home, and set pieces are so dangerous, as we see here, Ron Newman.
And it goes to Terry. Terry hammers it across. Dale Irvine camps out on the back post. He's trying to make the goal look wider. It's going wide, but Dale is in the right place. Just turns his foot, turns it into the net behind PJ. No chance for PJ on that one.
So now the East will try to equalize. We look at Dale Irvine of the Anaheim Splash. Top vote getter, we should point out, in this for the All-Star Game. And this the vote taken by the coaches. So vote taken by the coaches, and that's quite an honor for Dale Irvine. And I think the East, Eric Dyer wants a timeout. Eric Dyer, the head coach of Monterey La Raza, and as we mentioned, a former assistant and former player, in fact, for Ron Newman. So we're coming back with more. The Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game from Portland, Oregon. The home team, if you will, the West with the lead 2-1. Stay there. We're back, Memorial Coliseum, Portland, Oregon, for the 1995, in fact, the first annual Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. The West with the lead 2-1 on the East, and we look at the stats, the West outshooting the East 12-5, so obviously the outshooting team, you should be leading. It isn't always the case in a game like indoor soccer.
I think we've seen that all 3 goals have come from set plays, from restarts.
You said the shots on goal, the West with the commanding lead, and now they'll try to extend that as they come upfield. But Chico Moreira, steady as a rock in the midfield for the Houston Hotshots. Moreira closely marked. It keeps pushing forward, and I think pushed too hard, and a foul on Chico Moreira. Free kick coming up for the West. Again, the East in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys. The West coached by Keith Weller of the Sacramento Knights. And we talked about Eric Dyer of Monterey La Raza, the head coach of the East. The East trying to come on the attack once more. Drago now, this player from the Detroit Neon, chips it into corner. Looking to equalize. Chico Moreira, he's got a cannon, fires a shot, goes post. Nicks the woodwork just to the left. And now the West look to counterattack. Ball played into space, cut down there nicely. As he had Allen. Rusty Troy controls at the back.
Correctly trying to slide that ball in behind the defense there. It was well read by the East team.
Troy Snyder. The Washington Warthogs score the East only goal to Eric McClellan, his Warthogs teammate. So those two very familiar with each other. And we'll try to identify where these players are from, which teams in the 15-team Continental Indoor Soccer League. As Ron talked about at the outset, many of the teams have ties to the NBA and the National Hockey League, which helps to market the sport. Work it forward, Eric McClellan, a 3-on-2. McClellan trying to get it wide. So you got Allen out.
McClellan overhit that one. I sure he'd like that one back, but he should have rolled it into front of Allen's foot, and he would have scored there. Had a great opportunity.
Nebo comes up with the interception from the Houston Hotshots. Now John Perry back to Nebo Bandovich. McClellan pokes it in. They work it in the corner. Dowler's down on the carpet to smother. Goalkeepers kept very busy in this game. Lob forward, the ricochet. Rusty Troy handles it. Now Kia of the Pittsburgh Stingers. Don Gaylord, of course, of your Arizona Sandsharks. Running forward is Andy Chapman, but Mike Dowler has a read on it for the West. Terry Woodbury, that's Chapman putting the pressure on Woodbury.
Woodbury and Gaylord are on the field at the same time. It looks like the coaches are trying to keep the players teamed up together. They're on the same team.
Gaylord and Woodbury, both of the Arizona Sandsharks. They work it into the corner. The West forcing the attack, but Drago now for the Detroit Neon. Nice move. Created some space for himself, allowed Dale Irvine to skid by. And now the East has some time to work with it. Drago looking for Nebo. Doug Neely all over him. He had Allen. Back to Rusty Troy. Drago.
That's another dangerous one.
Foul on number 15, Doug Neely, is second.
I think it's going to go to Nebo. Although Rusty Troy's run to the other side. Rusty's in a dangerous. Yeah, Rusty's in a dangerous place. Good positional play by Mike. Mike Dallas stood right in the middle of the goal. He knew exactly where that ball was going.
Foul number 7, Drago.
You didn't see Drago make too many tackles, David, and he got one in there, and he got called for by the official. He doesn't like that.
Consternation and chagrin.
Good play by Michael Collins, really, although it looked a little bit scary, but it really isn't. I think Dal Overon thought he had one there. PJ again coming up with a big one. PJ must be the star of the moment.
Check out the keeper. 2 minutes left in the game. Check out the keeper, the official CISL program. On sale now at the concourse level for only $1. 2 minutes. In the corner.
For Nebo. And it's a tie game, 2-2 as Chapman was cutting up the right side. Nebo had the option of going to Chapman, but instead he decided to take it himself. But just the presence of Chapman had to give Mike Deller something to think about.
Nebo takes it all the way. He knows Chapman's there, but he knows the goalkeeper knows it too, and he toe prodded it with his toe, off step, and that was what fooled Dowler. He nicks this with his toe on the outside of his toe. It just hits the inside the post. Beautifully taken goal by Nebo.
And the keeper's view.
There it is. It's right down alongside his feet. He thought he had that side covered, and he just nicked it inside the post. Beautifully taken goal by Nebo.
So Nebo Banovic of the Houston Hotshots makes it a 2-2 game with a minute 30 left in the first quarter of play. The West coming forward. This is Bartz of Portland with an opportunity, but P.J. Johns once again with a rattling shot. Rob Bartz of the Portland Pride, another product also of the University of Portland. P.J. Johns wandering out. 2-2 to score, about a minute left here in the first quarter of this Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Samuel Geronimo goes into the corner. He of the Mexico Toros. Now to Eric McClellan. To Rusty Troy. You're seeing the best in the Indoor Soccer League. Zinho turns. I don't know how he got that shot off, but he did. And forced Mike Deller to get down.
Zinho's at his best in those corners, trying to turn defenders and getting the shot off before the goalkeeper can see it.
Now Jeff Betts takes the shot. Johns the save with the feet.
That nearly went through PJ's legs. He just got a piece of his rear end, I think, to stop that ball from going in, Dave.
As long as he stops it, that's all that matters. He's been in great position using it that point to try to cut off the angle.
That's all he could do, be in the right position.
18 seconds left here as you take a look at the clock, lower 30-year screen. Eric McClellan now of the Washington Warthogs. Maybe the East looking for a last shot as Troy Snyder forges forward. Snyder dumps it into the corner. This is Geronimo, youngest player out here, 21 years of age. He's not going to get the shot off. Neither is the East team, and Troy Snyder obliges Mike Deller with a shot. Down. And so we got 4 goals in the first period of play. The score 2-2 between the East and West from Portland. Stay there. Ron Newman back, Memorial Coliseum, Portland, Oregon. 2-2 the score in our Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game between the East and West. The West in the red jersey, the East in the white. Ball put in play. They look for Terry Woodbury on the left side. Back to Sean Bowers, trying to get it back to Sean Bowers. Stepping in the middle is Andy Chapman. He pokes it forward for Samuel Geronimo, rather. Geronimo getting harassed there by Sean Bowers. S.C. Bahamas quick with a call. It'll be a free kick coming up for the East. Eric McClellan, who just about saved the goal before that corner kick. Chapman flicks it off the boards, was looking for the return pass. Now the West trying to sort it out at the back. Terry Woodbury is able to sweep it away. Dale Irvine does well to trap it. In the CISL, they play with a size 4 ball. Sean Bowers will look to bring it up. Jeff Betts now, the Portland Pride. Betts knocks it forward to Irvine. He's marked by Rusty Troy. Betts looking far post for Michael Collins. He got Johns down on the carpet. Irvine will send that deep into the Portland night. There'll be a throw-in coming up.
It was a great ball by Betts. He nearly found Collins on that far post. Beautifully slighted ball there.
No pizza.
So throw-in coming up. The goalkeeper, P.J. Johns. 2-2 game. Chico Morera now, the Houston Hotshots, and the East will try to work it from the back. Have you noticed any differences in the way these two sides have approached tonight's game?
I just think that they're not quite as tenacious with each other. They're not quite as close marking as they do in team games. So I think they're allowing each other just to play a little, which is typical, I think, for All-Star games.
Rusty Troy knocks it upfield as Rob Bartz of the West was putting the pressure on. There'll be a kick-in coming up for the East. It's at the West, rather. Terry Woodbury, Sapreki it back to his goalkeeper, Mike Deller. Now Doug Neely here of the Anaheim Splash. Now Rob Bartz has got 3 white jerseys to beat. John Perry tries to bend it around the boards, and P.J. Johns scoops it up. attack. Ball intended for Zizinho. John Perry got back on defense. Able to knock it away with his boot. Brecky involved in a collision at midfield with Dustin Troy. The other way, the East coming strong. Zizinho. It's blocked. Zizinho now goes down. A foul, a free kick coming up for the East. There's Rob Bartz right there for the West.
Foul on Robbie Bartz.
And Zizinho went down rather hard.
Zizinho.
Look at the replay, you see what happened. Zizinho take the shot, it's blocked. Now watch Rob Bartz. Oh, he tripped.
Yeah, Rob Bartz. I thought there was something strange there because there was no reason for Rob to go into that tackle like that. But he tripped on the carpet, and that was an unintentional injury, I think.
Well, unfortunately, that's definitely what we characterize as a fluke injury, and that, as we often see in several sports, it's those fluke injuries that can sometimes cause the most damage. Certainly, we hope that's not the case here for Zizinho in an All-Star game. A very talented player, 32 years of age, used to play for Club America in Mexico, and also plays in the winter in the Mexican Indoor League. They have a league that they call Football Rapido in Mexico. Zizinho, hope he realizes that it was an accident on the part of Rob Bartz.
I think he does. I think he realized.
Look at Zizinho with 46 points on the season, third leading scorer in the Continental Indoor Soccer League. We talk about the teams in this league. Monterrey La Raza, whom Zizinho plays for, is off to an incredible 16-2 start. And that Monterey team playing in a rather small arena now, but they're one of 3 franchises getting ready to get new arenas next season. Have a new one here in Portland.
Seattle.
Well, and of course,
Monterey. Yes, it'd be interesting to play in those new arenas.
The concern of Eric Geyer as he talks with Kelly Mock.
Maybe Eric couldn't see there was an accident. He doesn't have a good view from his bench down in that corner.
In fact, his bench furthest from the play. Eric Geyer said to me today that you're the reason that he's involved in this All-Star game today. He gives full credit to you, Ron.
You're going to blame me, I mean.
That's right. Well, he's got 7 championship rings from his time with the San Diego Sockers. 3 as a player, 4 as an assistant coach. Rusty Troy to Nebo, the save, Johns. Now they make that Mike Dowler. Drago trying to get it back. Now the other way, the quick counterattack. Brecky trying to knife through 2 defenders. And this is B.J. Johns as he knocks it forward. Drago to Kia of the Pittsburgh Stingers. Doug Neely has a good read on it as he backtracks. But the East with full numbers forward. Kia now. At midfield, they'll knock it back and work it from the back. So 8:37 left here in the first half of this Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star game. 2-2 the score. Yet to see any scoring here in the second quarter. It took about 7 minutes into the first quarter before we saw the first goal. Maybe that'll be the same modus operandi for the second quarter. Drago chips one in the corner. No man's land. Mike Galler boots it away. And we'll have a kick in coming up. Look at Drago and John Putterman backtracking the Portland Pride on defense for the West.
Oh, Putterman headed that ball. Does that mean that he's only got 9 more headers without him going insane by the end of the game? According to that survey we heard about.
Yeah, that was in the newspaper the other day. They said that your IQ is lowered if you head the ball more than 10 times. A hotly disputed survey. So John Putterman, if you're counting headers at home to see if his IQ is affected, that was header number 1. The East trying to get on the attack, but now the West trying to sort it out. Getting down for the tackle, Troy Snyder. Snyder's a chippy play. And now the East.
That was a strong tackle.
Yeah, Snyder with the ball as the East makes a change. Chico Murray comes off. Eric McClellan and Snyder at the back, the 2 Warthogs. Mike Galler knocks it forward. He's looking for Ziad Allen. Doug Neely and Allen go at it. And a whistle. There's a free kick coming up for the West as Neely puts it into play. Good look at Ziad Allen, who's just had a tremendous year. What a turnaround. He's already in 8 games this year, surpassed his entire scoring total from last year. He has 35 points on the season for the Houston Hotshots. So he indeed off to a tremendous start and continues for the Hotshots.
Second-year players, David, are so much better than the first-year players. It's amazing. A little bit more knowledge, understanding of the game, what it does for them.
Kia on the attack has McClellan wide. He'll take the shot. Terry Woodbury there to clear it. Now Samuel Geronimo. Geronimo gets free. Save Mike Dowler. Rusty Troy. Gets wide to Chapman. Chapman. He was trying to tuck it at the far post, but he could not.
The West a little bit disorganized there with picking up their players.
All right, we have a timeout on the field. 2-2 the score. Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. East meets West.
Here, call your cable company.
Dave Johnson, Ron Newman back in Portland, Oregon, and sometimes goalkeepers are kept very, very busy. Look at Mike Dowler here.
This is what it's like being in goal. Dowler right in the right place, but the ball nearly knocks him flat on his back.
So Mike Dowler paying the price for being in goal, but making the save. Look at Keith Weller, the head coach of his West team. Weller, the head coach of the Sacramento Knights.
His defense was a little disjointed there. I'm sure he had a word with them during that timeout, David, because they were all over the place, and there was a good opportunity there for the East to get a goal, but they didn't take advantage of it.
And we look at Mike Dowler. So it'll be his responsibility to put the ball in play. Just look at Dowler. He's been kept a little bit more busier this quarter with 3 saves. P.J. Johns with 1 save. And now the West coming on the attack. In the West in the red jersey, that's Danny Pena. Puts it into the corner for Dale Irvine of the Anaheim Splash. Irvine now tries to split between 2 defenders. He's doing well to close off the passing channels. Now Terry Woodbury. He's marked by Rusty Troy. Woodbury smacks it off the glass. The ricochet comes out too hard. And now Andy Chapman. Heading out for Nebo. Woodbury coming at Nebo. Strong challenge. Getting in the fray, Jeff Betts. Betts taking up a foul on the ground by Nebo, I believe, and a free kick coming up for the West. There's some frustration there for Nebo of the Houston Hotshots.
It's hotting up a little bit, David.
Well, you talked about that at the outset, that gets a little competitive, despite the fact you can call it an all-star game, call it what you want. Doesn't affect the standings, but sometimes more than egos get bruised out here. John Putterman at the back for the West. Now to Jeff Betts. Betts is marked by Rusty Troy. Tries to force it past Troy. Man-to-man marking on the part of the East. Close marking. And it pays off. Michael Collins gets the ball stolen away. Now Nebo, he's got Chapman ahead. Into the corner. Good defense at the back by Putterman of Portland to his fellow Portland teammate, Jeff Betts. Now Danny Pena. I think Pena, if he could have gotten it from that point, that's where I've seen Pena score so many goals from the outside.
And he didn't collect it properly there. He picked it off with his right foot. The ball went away from him. Michael
Collins, 15-year vet, takes the shot. Johns the save. The follow-up, they want a handball. The West calling for a handball. No whistle, and it'll be the East possession with Drago. The Detroit Neon forcing the ball upfield.
Michael Collins got a clear shot there, close into the goal.
Drago blisters one. Smacks off the glass. Troy Snyder jumps into the fray on John Perry. Now the West coming the other way. Rob Bartz. Bartz, in the East half of midfield. Michael Collins started his career in 1980, so he also a 15-year vet. We have a nice mixture of veterans and new players. Collins collects the ball. He's got Bartz. Bartz fires. Johns the save as John swatted at it, and then it rattled off the post.
It was a beautiful ball there by Collins. Collins knew that Bartz was over on the back post. Here's a giveaway.
Brecky. Bartz. No goal. The pressure stays. They get it out to Preki, the magic man. Preki, look at him dig. Look at him take the shot. The save. Another follow-up opportunity by Bartz, and P.J. Johns somehow masters it. 2-2 still the score, but not for lack of trying. Now Nebo. Nebo with an opportunity, tries to force it. It's blocked at the back by Putterman. Preki now controls for the West.
I think Sean Barrows made that last stop. Excellent block. Because they were right through with an extra player on the back post. The game's going end to end again. Opportunities at both ends.
Preki now trying to force the action. Nebo, there's Sean Bowers, knifes it forward. The East have it sorted out. This is Chico Morera out to P.J. Johns. Now ahead to Drago. Drago traps it down. He's got help wide. He'll take it. It's in the net. Nebo. It's in the net. Goal East.
Well, we're going to have to give this assist. He won't get an assist, but P.J. Johns picked his man out beautifully there right from the back. Picked Drago out. Drago across to Nebo, and it's an easy knock-in.
All right, so 3-2 the score now. The East take the lead for the first time tonight on the West. We're coming back with more from Portland. It's the All-Star Game.
In summer on this regional sports network.
Dave Johnson, Ron Newman back in Portland for the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. It starts with Drago. Actually started with P.J. Johns, but great finish.
P.J. laid the ball up to Drago. It all depended. Could Drago find
Nebo.
Demo, yeah, on the back post, and he does it, and he finishes it clinically. Beautiful finish by Nebo.
So Nebo Banovich with 2 goals tonight, representing the Houston Hotshots. And now Doug Neely for the West. This is the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. You're looking at the East in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys. And really just a wealth of talent on the carpet tonight. And Andy Chapman coming out as Dowler to sweep it away. Chapman was thundering forward for the East, but Dowler made the save. John Putterman trying to get in the fray. Now Kia, he's got McClellan overlapping. McClellan does well. Now Samuel Geronimo leaves it for Chapman. Chapman, they call him Superman. McClellan redirected in the box, loose change. They try to clear, and now Doug Neely. That's where it becomes a nightmare for a goalkeeper when something redirects, and another nightmare for the scorekeeper. It goes off the scoreboard. That's a superstructure violation, they call it.
As we started from the red line, this is a goal-scoring opportunity from here.
Kia, Chapman, shot, save. Dowler makes it.
Dowler never saw that one. That just snuck underneath the sprawling body of Putterman, and he couldn't have seen it.
Here comes Dale Irvine. Irvine nicks the woodwork. Now Betts, the shot. No goal. The follow-up. It's in the net. It's in the net. Goal West. Gets his second of the night. And we have a 3-3 game. There we go.
Well, Betts has a couple of chances trying to get this one. Tries to slide it in, gets his own rebound, but this time there's no goalkeeper in goal, so he's got more room to put the ball into the net. There it is. PJ tries to get over, stops the first one. Great save, but it bounces right back to Betts, who says, I can't miss this one.
In the 1995 All-Star CISL Game.
So now we have a tie game once again. Chico Morera, dangerous moments, heads it back. Here comes Betts again. Morera does well to close him down. Chico Morera, the crafty better of the Houston Hotshots. He would not be beaten. But now Jeff Betts and Higgs arm in arm. Morera, Betts almost blocks it into the net.
Betts is working hard. He's putting the West under all sorts of pressure. The East under all sorts of pressure.
Michael Collins now. Minute 43 left here. First half of play. Back to Danny Pena. Pena of the Sacramento Knights. Ball intercepted, and now the East look to come on the counterattack. Troy Snyder of the Warthogs ricochets it off the board. There you see an indoor soccer move. You have to use those boards. And that does take some time for the outdoor players when they first get used to the indoor game, to get used to how you can really use the boards.
The boards are an extra man. All the way around the field you can use it. It's great for the offensive play.
Terry Woodbury now for the West. Got Collins, Michael Collins of the Seattle Sea Dogs.
Well, the West needed that goal because I thought the East were beginning to dominate play there for a little bit, Dave. So that was a good goal for them, rather against the run of play.
Indeed, the East had just taken the lead for the first time on this All-Star evening. Michael Collins. John Perry overlaps. Irvine in the middle. Irvine trying to trap it down with his chest. Now Drago. Drago uses the boards fairly well. Woodbury gets in the fray. Woodbury Leads him. Now Perry, shot. A save by Fowler. Now Bartz. Another save. P.J. Johns.
John Perry can't score. Ron Bartz can't score. And here
That was a crowded goal mouth for P.J. Johns to get a look at that.
Now the West with 14 seconds left in the half.
Geronimo.
Look to go forward. Samuel Geronimo. He cannot go forward. 7 seconds left. John Perry streaks upfield. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Takes the shot. The ricochet. We're going to run out of time. But a fast finish for the first half of play. And what a show by the goalkeepers, P.J. Johns of the East and also Mike Dowler of the West. Could have been a higher scoring game. But look at P.J. Johns. He's kept the score down.
Look, you can hardly see it. A little deflection there and he would have had no chance. But he managed to hang on to that ball, which was, if he'd let that thing go, then there was another chance. P.J., a great first half.
All right, 3-3 the score. We're coming back. Our halftime festivities, including a visit with the commissioner of the Continental Indoor Soccer League. Stay there. Dave Johnson back at the Memorial Coliseum, Portland, Oregon, the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Hey, we promised you an entertaining show, and indeed we're getting one. 3-3 the score at the halftime between the East and the West. And joining me now is the commissioner and also founder of the Continental Indoor Soccer League, Mr. Ron Weinstein. Ron, indeed, it's quite a privilege, first of all, just to be able to celebrate the first All-Star Game. This is a bit of a milestone for the Continental Indoor Soccer League.
Oh, it's very exciting for us. It's about time. You know, we waited 3 years till it went the way we thought it should before we could have an event of this magnitude. The time is right. The CISL is happening right now. Fans are coming out. And we thought we owed it to them to bring a game of this magnitude to the public.
Indeed, the crowds come out here in Portland tonight. And also, imagine from a player's standpoint, because you've got some of the veterans from the Major Indoor Soccer League, but also some of these All-Stars are players developed in the Continental Indoor Soccer League.
No question about it. We've brought together the old and the new. We've brought together the cream of the crop from the MISL days, brought some of our new, young, exciting talent of the future in that we've developed in the Continental Indoor Soccer League. It's kind of like a changing of the guards from the old MISL days to the new soccer of the future, the Continental Indoor Soccer League. And we're right on our way to becoming the premier league in this country.
Okay, indeed, this is the third year for the Continental Indoor Soccer League. This was your brainchild way back in the late 80s. You take a look at year 3, you've gone from 7 to 14, now 15 teams. Is this where you wanted to be?
Actually, we're probably ahead of where I wanted to be because it's a little hard to keep control of all these guys, but we're doing real well. We've kept everything under control. As you said, we've gone from 7 to 15 teams. 9 of our teams are owned and operated by NBA and NHL arenas. The majority of the remainder are owned and operated by the arena ownership, and then we've got our 2 great teams down in Mexico this year with the addition of Mexico City, and hopefully soon we'll be going international overseas.
Now, it is a crowded entertainment market, but this is kind of a niche for the sponsors and fans that they want to bring the families and the kids out. This is, I think, where the niche is for the Continental Indoor Soccer League.
No question about it. The sports world has been lacking good family, wholesome family sports entertainment. We found it here with the Continental Indoor Soccer League summer entertainment, an alternative to Major League Baseball, coming indoors in the hot, humid nights of the summer. And people are proving all over the country that they'll come out in the summer, as is evident by what's going on the field behind us with the thousands of kids out here.
I think I did hear you say international expansion. Now, obviously, this is already an international league with 2 teams in Mexico, including 1 in Mexico City. But does that mean you're going to broaden the horizons a bit?
Well, we get calls every day about expansion, but the most exciting international expansion is happening right now in Europe. I've received calls from 2 different principals in England and 1 from Scotland, and I told them they both have to come in at once, and we look for that for 1997 to go European and hopefully develop a European division of the Continental Indoor Soccer League, continue to expound on Mexico, hopefully have 4 or 5 teams down in Mexico, and we'll have 4 divisions, 1 in Europe, 1 in Mexico, and 2 or 3 in the United States.
So it really would be a world champion then, the Continental Indoor Soccer League champion could become a world champion.
Oh, no question about it. We're looking to develop a World Cup of indoor soccer. We think we're well on our way. The European people are really picking up on the game, as are the people of Latin America. And this is the future of the game. We feel the future of soccer in the United States especially is the indoor game because it's exciting. It brings out the fans. across the country and now internationally, as we said.
Okay, Commissioner Ron Weinstein of the Continental Indoor Soccer League, best of luck the rest of the way.
Oh, I appreciate it, Dave. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Ron Weinstein, we're surrounded by some of the fans of the Continental Indoor Soccer League, indeed the future of soccer in the United States. We're coming back with more. It is the All-Star Game from an All-Star City, Portland, Oregon. 3-3 is our score at halftime. Stay there. Back at Memorial Coliseum, Portland, Oregon, the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Yes, indeed, this is a fun place to be tonight as you see a lot of young fans out on a summer evening enjoying CISL action. 3-3 is our score between the East and West. 2 goals by Nebo Bandovich of the Houston Hotshots. Maybe they're Nebo fans. And 2 goals by Jeff Betts of the Portland Pride highlight the scoring. We're coming back with more of the highlights, in fact, of the first half of the CISL All-Star Game. So drop the remote, order a pizza, and stick around. Dave Johnson back at this All-Star Game, Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game to be precise. You see the mascots from around the Continental Indoor Soccer League. That's Gus the Grizzly right there, the San Jose Grizzlies, waving to the crowd. And they've been having a good time here at halftime along with some of the fans here. A large crowd on hand here at Memorial Coliseum. And speaking of large, well, we even have mascots that come in all sizes. They don't necessarily have to excel at the sport of indoor soccer. They just have to love the sport of indoor soccer. There's Champ, the kangaroo from the San Diego Sockers. And I think they think a championship has been won. Everyone likes to beat up on a kangaroo. I've never quite understood that. Look at the numbers from this contest. Look at the West out shooting the East, 26-17. So full marks go to P.J. Johns as he makes 17 saves for the East. Mike Dowler also, though, with some big saves for the West. Block situation fairly even, and the foul situation very even. No penalties so far. You don't expect too many at all, obviously, in an All-Star game. You look at the scoring summary in the second quarter. Nebo Bandovich, assist from Drago for the East. Then the West gets a goal from Jeff Betts to tie it up at 3-3, and that's where we stand at halftime of this Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. 3-3 the score. We're coming back with highlights. Stay there. The action fast and furious in the first half of play. The West would christen the game. A shot in the score by Jeff Betts off the set play. And it's 1-0 in favor of the West, and a thrill for Jeff Betts of the Portland Pride as they do the YMCA here at halftime of this Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. We're coming back with more of the goals from the first half, so stay with us from Portland, Oregon.
Expansion teams. That's why I think Mexico we saw in the Central Division in second place, I think they were in Mexico, and that's very good for an expansion team, Dave.
Indeed, it's always tough to get started as an expansion team in many ways, but full credit for Mexico and Seattle trying to come forward. Speaking of coming forward, here comes the East, and that's Kia as he tried to slot one, but Brett Phillips of Las Vegas is in goal for the West, and Raul Salas of Monterrey La Raza in goal for the East, as I think Mike Dowler and P.J. Johns have seen their all-star activity for the evening. It's in the net, a goal for the West, and the scoring is underway here in the second half. Danny Pena from Sacramento christens the second half just 20 seconds in. And tough indoctrination for Raul Salas in all-star play as he, the goalkeeper for the East, leads the Continental Indoor Soccer League in victories. And there goes a souvenir ball. Pretty good catch by the fan that occasion.
Well, Allen makes a block here, but then loses it, and Pena picks up his own rebound. And it's not a good start right there for the East.
4-3 the score. In the East in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys. The West backtracking on defense. So 4-3 the score. This has just been a seesaw match, back and forth. No team has had a 2-goal lead. One goal difference has been all for the team tonight. Neil Irvine Passes it back. Now John Putterman in Portland. Good defense on the part of Troy Snyder. He's got Chapman upfield, but he's got 2 red shirts to beat. He cannot. A free kick coming up for the East. Update on Zizino, the player for the East, has taken medication. He's okay and been given the okay to play in the rest of this All-Star game. They think he had a sprained ankle. So Zizino went down, if you were with us in the first half, talented player from Monterey La Raza, second in the league in scoring. Went down with an injury, actually third in the league in scoring in the first half, but he appears to be okay. So that's good to hear from an All-Star situation, from any situation for that matter.
Yeah, it's good to see Zizino come back. I'm sure it's not as bad as he first thought, because he wouldn't want to risk it in a game like this. He's got his league to worry about.
Kind of a fluke play it happened on in the Rob Bartz tripped up on the carpet and kind of rolled into Zizino. Raul Salas bends it upfield, headed down by Sean Bowers, the Anaheim Splash, the West team. John Perry, good work. Wade tries to fire the shot. Samuel Geronimo tracking back on defense, closes it down. Good work on the part of Perry to somehow get it free to Irvine and keep the West attack alive. Now this is Preki. We told you at the outset they call him the Magic Man. To Perry rather. Good defense on the part of Eric McClellan. And now the speedy Eric McClellan coming upfield, getting back on defense though. The West able to close it down. John Putterman, Sean Bowers, nice work on his part. Now Geronimo cannot get around the West. And now the West looking to come forward.
Sean Bowers made a good defensive move there. He was caught on a 2-1 break.
Jeff Betts spins it in the middle, shut down by Rusty Troy. So good vision on the part of Betts and even better vision on the part of Rusty Troy of the Dallas Sidekicks. Now Nebo with 2 goals. Looking for the hat trick, and Terry Woodbury's nothing to do it. He's pressuring in the zone.
Here's Gaylord.
John Gaylord from Arizona to Betts. And that one's headed to Arizona, but good work on the part of John Gaylord, who's the smallest player out there at 5'5", as you look at Raul Salas, happy that Jeff Betts could not get a shot off. And Raul Salas, again, the numbers on him impressive with 15 victories this year. A 6.48 goals against average, a little higher than some of the goalkeepers, but we should point out in Monterey, the field's a bit smaller, so he probably faces more shots than most goalkeepers have to face.
Always a lot of goals in Monterey, so his goal average is always going to be better, but his team's record is so high that he's obviously doing a great job for him.
16-2 the record. La Raza of Monterey. And Zizino indeed, we just center of your screen, back in play for the East. And this is Zizino getting back on it. So he went down grimacing in pain in the first half, but has been able to recover. As Kia now tries to dig it out of the defensive third. Long ball for Zizino, intended for Andy Chapman. Now the West look to create. John Perry tries to force it. Now the East trying to head the other way. Kia. Chapman intervenes. Zizino, Chapman overlaps. Zizino takes the shot. Making the save. Brett Phillips. Troy Snyder in the box, and Chapman chips it into the VIP section. Brett Phillips of the Las Vegas Dust Devils. I'll tell you what, Game 3 last year, Continental Indoor Soccer League Championship Series, Las Vegas beats Dallas 9-8 before over 16,000 at Reunion Arena. And who will forget this gentleman's performance? He really helped Las Vegas win that game, even though he let up 8 goals.
A great year last year for Brett. Great, and he's a great goalkeeper. Could possibly be the best goalkeeper in the league.
From Old Dominion University, we talked about with Ron Weinstein, the commissioner at the half, that nice mix in this All-Star game in the league of veterans and younger guys like the Brett Phillips. Drago, one of the veterans, looking for another veteran, Nebo. The West again in the red jerseys, the East in the white. Drago fighting for it. John Putterman knocks it upfield for Dale Irvine. Irvine turns in the middle, fires a shot. Putterman almost backheeled it in, but Raul Salas smothered. The Memorial Coliseum, the place, 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. This, of course, the home of the Portland Trailblazers and also the home of the Portland Pride. Andy Chapman looking to go forward, passes it off the boards. The follow-up. The West trying to clear. Preki gets back on defense. McClellan now traps it down. Pregame again on defense. Salas is caught out. Going for the crowd. Instead, it stays in. Chapman makes that turn. Blocked again by Danny Pena. Dave Johnson along with Ron Newman, coach of the Arizona Sand Sharks.
Any young players.
Wow, especially a compliment. Yeah, here comes Nebo looking for the shot again.
These young players, Dave, they can see the goalkeepers playing way out of their goal as an extra defender. They've got to realize this is the way the indoor game is played.
Good point on that is Raul Salas was almost to midfield. Just across the red line. The West on the attack. This is Preki. He can just get that one step. That's what he's looking for, but he's double teamed. Drago and Eric McClellan closing the magic man down. Chipped into the corner, the header, but that's going to go over the glass.
No pizza. Meet the All-Star.
Throw it coming up.
Stay after tonight's game to get to meet the
Raul Salas.
players and mascots for the Fred Meyer autograph party.
So the East will try to go up the field and equalize this contest. 4-3 the score. Look at Memorial Coliseum. Certainly has been a great home to the Portland Trailblazers, but about a soccer field away from here, the new building, 20,000-seat arena, is under construction, in fact, near completion. They're going to have that open in October. So one of the new buildings in the CISLs, we look at Memorial Coliseum, which has been around here since the 60s, and has been a great home to not only the Trailblazers, but also for the first 3 years for this Portland Pride franchise. Nice, intimate setting.
So it looks like a lovely new stadium, too. I understand that Pride may get to play in it if they get far enough in the playoffs.
We said that opens in October, so new arenas sprouting up all across the country, and several CISL teams, tenants of those new arenas. Yes! Ron Newman's Arizona Sand Sharks play in the America West Arena in Phoenix, and that's relatively new. One of the arenas of the 90s.
I think it was voted too as by the NBA players that it was the best arena. Beautiful arena.
Sean Bowers. Beautiful defense for the West. They lead this game 4-3, the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game.
Sean Bowers.
Bowers now. Long ball upfield. John Perry does well to try to control it, but then is stuffed on defense. Whistle and a foul. And Samuel Geronimo really getting into the fray on defense. So Perry gets the foul. Free kick coming up for the East.
Kia didn't want that foul because he had a breakaway. So he was upset with the officiating there.
Long ball for Rusty Troy. Brett Phillips heads it away. Speaking of headers, Troy heads it off the glass. Now Bartz, Jeff Bartz of the West. Chico Morero puts it back to Raul Salas. A size 4 ball comes rattling back.
We must make a note there, you see that Salas couldn't pick the ball up. It was passed back by the foot of one of his own teammates, so he cannot pick the ball up. That's why he had to play it with his feet.
Same thing as in outdoor soccer now. The back pass rule credited with really opening up the outdoor game. Now Jeff Betts, he's got Woodbury far post. Betts, 2 goals tonight. Who will be the first to get a hat trick, Jeff Betts or Nebo? Or maybe somebody else. Still a lot of time left. 7:13 left here in the third quarter as Drago, a little jersey tugging going on between Sean Powers and Drago, and indeed Kelly Mock right there to make the call. Actually, Essie Bahamas making the call.
I think he was close enough, Essie, to call that one.
Actually, we saw it from up here. We might have been able to call that jersey tug. So a free kick coming up for the East. 4-3 the score as we promised. A lot of goals, and interesting to see as this game wears on how the defenses, it can get very tiring playing as much defense as these teams have had to play tonight.
Not as many goals as some All-Star games that we've had. Mainly because of the goalkeeping, I think.
Yeah, tremendous goalkeeping. All-Star goalkeeping. Rusty Troy's shot is blocked. Upfield comes Betts. He's got Don Gaylord on the right side. Betts, nice move. Gaylord, his shot is in the net! It's in the net! A goal for the West!
Official timeout.
5-3 the score now. The West with a 2-goal lead on the East, and the fans of the Wild Wild West are going wild. You look at the goal.
look at Betts fake this move. Look, completely pulled his marker and laid a nice little ball over to Donnie Gaylord, and Donnie doesn't miss from that range.
From the Arizona Sand Sharks, so the West go ahead, 5-3. We've got more. Stay there. Ron Newman back in Portland, Oregon, 5-3 the score on this fast break.
Jeff Bett fakes as if he's going to play it with the back of his heel, doesn't, and then fakes the goalkeeper with a shot and then plays it to Donnie Gaylord. A great ball really from Betts. I think Betts has got to be credited with most of the work on that goal, but Donnie Gaylord will say thank you very much.
And if you don't finish, it doesn't count, so he finished. So great drill for Donnie Gaylord of the Arizona Sand Sharks. And we have a 5-3 game. Gaylord played at Florida International University. 24 years of age. Jeff Betts almost with a hat trick tonight, so he has now 2 goals and an assist. The West in the red jerseys, the East in the white jerseys. An All-Star game is going to be, indeed, lots of shifts of momentum. We saw the East. It looked like they were really picking up steam when they hit 3-2 in the second period. Now they find themselves down 5-3 with 6:10 left in the third period. It's Zizinho for the East.
Next goal is going to be important, David, I think, because if the West get it may force the East to do too much attacking and leave vulnerable spaces behind their defense.
With all-star offensive players, that's not what you want. Andy Chapman looking to do some work in the top of the arc. Now Eric McClellan.
West have got all their 5 men back over the red line there.
They've got it packed in, picking up their men. Into the corner for Chapman, too much into the corner, and we're going to have a kick-in coming up for the West. Look at the West bench.
No pizza.
So Danny Pena stepping on.
They've got 5 seconds to get the ball into play there if the referee put that ball down earlier.
The Portland Pride.
Everybody was changing.
In line changes just like you see in hockey. In fact, that's a lot of the strategy of indoor soccer and how you match up on your lines and even when you decide to make the line changes.
I often think the changes in soccer, Dave, are more sophisticated than they are in hockey. I think we do a lot more sophisticated changes on and off the field than they do in hockey.
Drago.
They won't do so many intricate changes because their players don't know each other so much as they do in their teams.
Nebo, the shot, it's in the net! It's in the net! A goal for the East! Hat-trick, Nebo!
Nebo's brought him back in the game. Nebo does it well.
Well, you said the next goal will be important, so Nebo credited him with the important goal. It's a 1-goal game, and now Nebo's going to kick out the souvenir ball. That certainly gets the crowd whipped into a frenzy. So the youth soccer players battling for it. So the first one to get a hat trick tonight. And with 4:57 left in the third quarter, we have a 5-4 game.
Nebo just gets enough room there so he can pull the leg back at full distance, and he just rifles it again in that same corner. That was the corner he scored his first goal in. It must be his favorite corner.
If it wasn't before, it is now. Samuel Geronimo doing nice work for the East from Mexico, the Toros. And now Dale Irvine. The West trying to come up with numbers. Coming out, Raul Salas came out just for a moment as Pregame was charging forward along with Donnie Gaylord. Some pressure at the back. Salas was up in midfield to try to help out. He's got to track back as Gaylord was putting the pressure on, and he created that turnover. Now Dale Irvine. Irvine in the middle for Pregame, the ricochet. Chico Moreira of Houston has it tracked down. Now Danny Pena from Sacramento puts it back to his goalkeeper, Brent Phillips, again of the Las Vegas team.
You see Brent Phillips immediately tries to get over the red line as soon as he gets the opportunity.
Sean Bowers, look out in the seats as that smacks off an exit side. And he really cracked one. They call him Sean the Tower of Power Bowers, and he showed why there. We got more coming your way from Portland. A 1-goal game in this All-Star game from Soccer City.
Imagine playing the guitar the very first day you touch the strings. Now you can, whether you like country or rock, with the revolutionary...
Regency Cruises is the official cruise line of the Continental Indoor Soccer League. Contact your local travel agent for our current holiday season specials. When you think about cruising, call Regency Cruises.
Attention soccer fans.
And in fact, every Continental Indoor Soccer League team is giving away a Regency Cruise in their arena. And in fact, I heard them talking about it here in Portland tonight, so it's been a lot of fun. And I wish we were eligible, Ron Newman, but we're not. Dave Johnson, Ron Newman back here in Portland. 5-4 the score. The East and West. The East in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys again. The 15-team CISL divided up into 2 teams. And Brett Phillips comes up with the save as we get back to action with 3:39 left here in the third quarter. Terry Woodbury pokes it upfield. This is Pregame. See if he can work his magic. He's been getting pretty much double teamed. Puts it right across the goal mouth. Salas somehow collects it. Now he smothers it. That's half the battle in indoor soccer. Just get that shot on goal.
Little Donny Gaylord nearly had his second one. He won't believe that ball never went into the net.
Brett Phillips ricochets it out of play as Kia was charging for, but let's look at the other play as Preki put it on net.
He's wriggling across the goal. Everybody's scrambling for it. Nobody can get a piece of it. Donny gets it, but not enough foot. And it just goes back to the goalkeeper who's so relieved to put both hands on it.
Raul Salas definitely relieved. Actually, it went off Gaylord's back heel. He just overran the ball. So now the free kick situation. Cezinho thunders one to the right, to the left actually. McClellan now for Cezinho again as he went far post. The East trailing by 1 goal, 5-4. Donny Gaylord again out for the West team. Now Sean Bowers. Right back. Thunderous shot before he went to break.
Oh.
Gaylord is definitely pushed by Kia, and that almost could have been a foul of the 2-minute variety, Ron Newman.
Things have ended in an All-Star game. I think it might have been. Oh, that was 2 hands on the back of on his back. I don't even if Kia was trying to get a ride on Don Gaylord there, but I don't think that's legal. Do you, Dave?
I don't think you can argue momentum. I think he was. Well, Kia's a forward, so defense not his specialty. Preki to put it in play across the goal mouth. It's in the net. A goal for the West. Donny Gaylord in the right place at the right time for goal number 2. So Donny Gaylord, we just saw moments ago, almost had a second. This one is his second. And the Arizona Sand Shark makes it 6-4 West.
Only Preki. Look at the Preki can slide that ball through amidst a bunch of players there right to Donny Gaylord's foot. And nobody could tell whether Preki was going to fire that shot or whether he was going to slide it through.
All right, so Donny Gaylord, we already have 1 hat trick tonight. That's Nebo of the East. But Donny Gaylord has entered the hat trick derby along with Jeff Betts, who also has 2 goals tonight. So 6-4, and the West is keeping the East at a 2-goal length once again, with 2:39 left in the third quarter.
Well, I know that Donny Gaylord's dad has come all the way up here to Portland to see his boy play, so he must be cheering it up, bouncing up and down on one of these seats somewhere.
He may not be able to sit down the rest of the game now. Chico Moreira to put it in play for the East as they try to come back. Now Robbie Bartz tries to put it forward for the West, and Raul Salas under pressure. Chico Moreira. They maintain the pressure.
All-Star Game.
Ian Allen trying to dig it out. Nice work on his part. Somehow bends over to Rusty Troy. Troy looking forward to Andy Chapman. Ian Allen, nice move, fires the shot. Chapman there for the rebound. It's cleared away. To the West, equal to the task on defense with 1:57 left. In the East in the white jerseys, Chico Moreira for Chapman. Likes to put his back to the goal. Now Allen, the ricochet. Chapman, it's in the net. It's in the net. A goal for the East. Critical finishing on the part of Andy Chapman of the Detroit Neon. And there we go again, Ron, a 1-goal game.
They're keeping us in suspense, I think, David. This is typical indoor. Brilliant use of the boards by Allen. look where Allen fires it off the boards brilliantly. So fires across a beautiful volley, knee-high volley, beautiful technique by Chapman.
That really is a work of beauty. Watch Chapman get in position.
Beautiful
volley.
We can use it. We can use that in our camp program, I think.
Yeah, let's keep looking at this one. That's one to save for the highlight tape, and that's one of the examples of what indoor soccer is all about. Is Zion Allen gets full credit for making the pass, the ricochet off the boards, right in the middle of the arc for Andy Chapman. And again, Chapman is the kind of guy who just has a position. He almost posts up like a post player.
And he was up against Doug Neely, and Doug Neely's no slouch. He's played plenty of games. He knows how to mark tight in that pocket. So Neely was all over Chapman when he scored.
The West trying to get it back now. 6-5. Michael Collins, he's got a great opportunity. It's in the net. It's in the net. A goal for the West. Raining goals in Portland. And now, look at that smile. Collins who gets to work the crowd. That's nice on his part. He goes to the forgotten corner. That's the one area that hasn't had a chance tonight.
Well done, Michael. Well, I think here he gets the deflection. This is a nice pass, but look how he holds it and finds the spot. He's a veteran player. A lot of younger players would have just flashed it that first time, but Michael looked up and made sure he found the corner.
Donnie Gaylor with 2 goals, trying to split between 2 defenders. Rusty Troy does the sweeping work. Now Kia, he's got Drago. Kia, no one on the left flank. And it comes back to goalkeeper Brett Phillips. Under a minute left here in the third quarter of play. And remember, stay seated. There's another 15 minutes after this quarter is complete. 7-5, the West in front of the East. It's on the other side, yeah. Kia in the corner. They work it out. Troy takes a long-distance shot that stopped at the back. Now Jeff Betts slips on the ball.
And Jeff
Betts recovers. He's triple team. Now Terry Woodbury to Michael Collins.
Don Gaylor.
Collins. Gaylor trying to cut off the left side. Could not get free of his defender with 15 seconds left. Brett Phillips steps into the West midfield. Phillips will try it with 9 seconds. Betts is posted up. Luzinho sweeps it around. All right, we have a 2-goal game. Here in Portland again for the Continental Soccer All-Star Game. And this one's worth another look as well. We're seeing some great finishing by some veterans.
Looks up and slides it in the top corner. I think that's a veteran's goal.
Indeed. He's been around a while. 7-5. We're going to be around a while as well. Stay with us. We're coming back. Fourth quarter on the way. Danny Pena getting the goal and an assist from Pecky.
That's right. Pena got that rebound and got his own rebound from a block and knocked it back in. And then Donnie Gaylord got his little one on the back post when Betts did his that little step over with his foot and laid it on for him.
But then the East came back as Nebo got his 3rd goal tonight. A nice assist from Zion Allen.
In the same corner, wasn't it? That's the one that was in the same corner. And then Gaylord, after he didn't quite get one in the goal, hit it with his heel, was rewarded again for his hard perseverance, really, because that's what Donnie does so well. He's always in the right place at the right time.
Speaking of the right place, Andy Chapman in the right place, right in the middle. Zion Allen, another assist from the Houston Hotshots. But Michael Collins puts the West back up by 2 goals. The assist going to Danny Pena. So, indeed, a busy quarter, the highest scoring quarter we've seen, much to the dismay of Eric Dyer, the head coach, Monterey La Raza, and his club team out to a 16-2 start. And that's why he was honored as the East All-Star Team coach. So the East in the white jerseys, the West in the red, and Sean Bowers right away is challenged by Drago. Bowers, though, is able to clear it up to Betts. And now, John Perry, half-right. The ricochet spins into the corner. Troy Snyder trying to dig it out for the East. Raul Salas has to wait till it crosses the white line so he can use his hands. So we're just underway, final quarter of this All-Star game. Indeed, these players, as we talked about during the break, they just come here to put on a show, and we've seen some thrilling goals and thrilling saves. That's what it was advertised as. Cezinho to Drago. Nebo is in the middle. Cezinho now, he plays for Monterrey. They work it back to Chico Moreira, Drago, Nebo. Almost had a nice turn. Preki now, he's in traffic. Nice ball upfield, charging forward, Salas is out to smother it. John Perry was on the attack for the West. Nebo trying to get the step over. Ziad Allen for Drago. Cannot finish, but Allen almost with another great assist. And Drago, perhaps some frustration. He is a very intense player, Ron.
He is, and I think he won't be happy with that one. I know he scored many goals from that same position. And the chance was there, but he fanned on the ball.
Dale Irvine trying to get in position for the West. Irvine trying to create space. Rusty Troy pushing him off, comes out to Preki now. Preki gets one step, gets two steps, but closed down by two players. Terry Woodbury. Now to Preki. They do not give Preki any room at all.
Twisting, turning.
Terry Woodbury, a little ambitious on that one, and that goes right into the VIP section. And it will be a throw-in coming up for the West. Rather for the East. 7-5 the score. The West in the red jerseys with the 2-goal lead. And Rusty Troy put that one out of play, and we'd like to have that one back, so it'll be a kicking coming up for the West.
To run out of field there, I think we call it.
Doug Neely, talented defender from the Anaheim Splash. Pressuring there was Andy Chapman. As Brett Phillips clears it away. Now in the middle to Donnie Gaylord, who's had quite a night tonight in his first All-Star game. They work it to the back to Terry Woodbury. Now Dale Irvine. Rob Bartz cuts to the middle. Back out to Woodbury. It's intercepted. Woodbury gets it back. Gaylord overlaps. Pokes it out to Gaylord. Gaylord nice through in the middle. Irvine can't connect. Bartz the ricochet. McClellan is there to close it down. But we have a kick-in coming up. And a nice catch on the part of the fans.
You don't see Dal miss too many of those. That was an opportunity that Dal usually swallows up.
Dale Irvine of the Anaheim Splash. Two-man wall. Irvine goes right in the middle of the box. But Bartz of Portland, Rob Bartz, cannot redirect it in. Doug Neely now. Now coming out is Brett Phillips. He's got to watch it. Andy Chapman pressures. They get it upfield. Irvine doing a lot of work there, and he's fouled by Rusty Troy. Rusty Troy and Dale Irvine certainly know each other. They've been going at it for years in the Major Indoor Soccer League as well. It's Troy of the Dallas Soccer. It's talking to Troy. He's from Dallas. Played for Las Vegas last year. After all these years in indoor soccer, he finally gets to play in his hometown.
Yeah, I think he's glad to be back in Dallas. But I think Las Vegas missed him. He did a very good job for Las Vegas last year.
Fancy footwork on the part of the West. Now John Perry is harassed by Andy Chapman. And we whistle foul free kick. Rusty Troy, Chapman, trying to put it in the middle for Kia. Terry Woodbury, solid at the back. Outfielder goes to Dale Irvine, smacked off the glass. Knifing through, Michael Collins. He can't get a ball on. A line change by Ray just as the ball swims upfield. Steve Pena does well to knock it back to his goalkeeper. Mike Collins now. Another line change made just as Jeff Betts comes on. Betts has a chance to finish, leaves it in the middle. Now the finish by Perry, it goes off the glass. We almost saw that where a line change led to a goal.
That was a good change there.
Nebo trying to come up with a change.
That's where line changes can completely deceive the opposition. They should have had a goal there. The West should have had a goal.
John Perry leads the West. He's got Betts to the left. Woodbury far post, gets in the middle. Taken down, no call. Daniel Drago is back on defense. Hunterman trying to get it out of the defensive third of the West. 10:35 left in this Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. 7-5 the score. The East desperately trying to get it back to 1 goal as Zizinho with the effort. Now Pregame. John Perry cutting far post. Pregame though. Instead leaves it for Irvine. There's Perry. And it sails over the glass. All right. Plenty of action in this CISL All-Star Game. We've got more coming your way from Portland, Oregon. Stay there. Dave Johnson, Ron Newman back to Portland, Oregon. The West with the lead 7-5, and this is the best seat in the house, the VIPs tonight. Hey, they can even table, probably free food and drinks, and right behind the goal.
It's like being in the front room, this.
That's right.
For them up there. Do they get served as well?
Boy, what are we doing up here? We missed out on the boat. Not missing out on an entertaining All-Star game, though. The Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game, 10-17 left in the fourth quarter. The West in the red jerseys, the East in the white jerseys. 7-5 our score. And right away, Rusty Troy puts it in play as the East go back on the attack. Troy. Couple stutter steps, gets it out wide. They've worked so hard, they just cannot seem to crack Brett Phillips. And the West defense, and now Bartz with the steal. Salas, though. Raul Salas does well to just poke it out of danger.
Well, the East don't want Drago back on his own line. They're trying to clear the ball outfield. He's going to get up in his own danger zone.
Zizinho with the chest trap. He has Kia in the middle. Troy comes up from his defensive position. And we should have a corner kick coming up for the East. Large crowd on hand here for this one in Portland, Oregon.
Rusty Troy and Zizinho with big shots here. I think it's going to go to one of them.
Kia will take it. Kia of the Pittsburgh Stingers. Rusty Troy is along the right wing. Now he step into your screen. Right across the box, but it's knocked away. Now back to Chico Marrero. Lobs it. Dale Irvine with the header. Sean Bowers as well. And his heading volley continues.
Boy, are you enjoying the caliber of play tonight? These guys are all immensely talented.
Now Bartz down. And finally, it looks like the West may have a chance to settle it down.
The 1995 Red Liners.
A little bit of a midfield chaos. Terry Woodbury. Back to Sean Bowers. Closing figure on the back line.
Zizinho and Bowers. Terry
Shot. He can score as well. Drago putting the pressure on. Now Pregame. Kia is all over him. Pregame for Dale Irvine. Irvine makes the turn. Sells the save. Pregame and Kia really going at it. Eric Dyer stopping his feet. He did not want the call made.
As Kia is second.
You make the call at home.
They're tangling with each other. You know, it's hard to say who's going for which ball there, but the ball belonged to neither of them there at that time.
So 50-50 ball, but not 50-50 on the foul situation. Kelly Mock making the call. Pregame will take the shot. Actually elected to go for a pass. I think he saw Terry Woodbury on the left side. Michael Collins wins it back. 8:28 left here in the fourth quarter. 7-5 our score. The West with the lead. Woodbury a rifle. Collins a follow-up. Ricochet. The East, Drago. They try to come the other way. Drago does well to control. Here comes Kia. The shot into the net. Into the net. A goal for the East. And finally, a one-goal game for the East. They've been working so hard for that, Ron. There was the entire portion of this fourth quarter.
Well, I think here with Kia got knocked over by Pregame just after that confrontation. He got upset, but Drago plays it. Nice ball to Kia and tucks it round the goalkeeper very nicely, which is typical of a goal scorer. Typical of a goal scorer. Brett Phillips got his angle right, but is well directed round the outside of him, and Kia does that very well.
So with the goal, Kia And we now have a one-goal game. What more do you want in an All-Star game? We have 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Two teams have been putting on the offensive show tonight. It is 7-6.
Dave, what you see there, I think, was that the West were having several chances to score and really should have put the game away. Put the ball away into the net and got used to goal. But when you don't score in the indoor game, you're subject to be counter-attacked. I mean, if you put the ball in the net, you've got plenty of time to get back to the halfway line for the next kickoff. But if you don't put it in the net, then you've got a counter-attack going. Exactly what happened here. The West couldn't finish the chances. Handball, wasn't it?
It looked like he might have got an arm in there, but play on as the possession goes for the West. Michael Collins.
Your support.
He has Jeff Betts cutting forward. John Perry was there, but now Danny Pena. Pena spinning around the boards. Pena does well. Ricochet, Salas had it. McClellan knifes through to clear.
Oh, John McClellan.
I think he may have saved the goal. Done that twice tonight, I mean, count. Ball for Nebo. Into the net. Into the net. Goal East Tigers. 7-7 the score with 7 minutes left. A flurry of sevens.
Well, it's a nice setup ball again, and there's a race between Brett Phillips and Nebo wins it, and he clips it over the lunging Phillips.
All right, stay there, more on the way.
My grandfather was already an old man the first time I went fishing with him. My dad whispered, "Watch him cast." And I watched that line go out like a soaring bird. Where'd he learn to do that, I asked. From his father, my dad said, and from Field and Stream. And so it's been since 1895, when Field and Stream was first published.
And now you can continue the tradition with this special TV offer. Call now and get 15 issues of the best in
Regional Sports Network.
Dave Johnson, Rod Newman back here in Portland, Oregon for the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. 7-7 the score. Nebo now with 4 goals on the evening, so maybe a candidate to become the most valuable player in the contest.
Oh, he must be in with a chance now. There's a lovely played ball there by Drago, but you see the way he lifted it over the sprawling Phillips. Phillips thought he was going to hit it low underneath him. Instead of that, he lifted it over his body. It was a great goal, really, by Nebo.
So Nebo with the goal with 6:58 left. In the fourth quarter, we've got it for you, a tie game, 7-7. Whistle and foul on Donnie Gaylord. So free kick coming up for the East as Gaylord got tangled up with Samuel Geronimo. And now Kia puts it forward to Samuel Geronimo, he of the Mexico Toros. Drago right there, takes the shot off the crossbar. Drago can't believe it. Drago goes again. Drago is stepped on, also a handball, and things get a little bit crazy.
Drago doesn't want a handball, but it certainly was a handball.
That's his second handball of the night. Let's see Drago electrify the crowd.
Drago, but he's trying to keep it within distance there with his arm. Not allowed.
Well,
I think Drago must be a basketball player in his past life.
He's showing some basketball moves. Second handball tonight. Keogh, though, coming forward. 4 red shirts collapse. Keogh keeps forcing action, but now Terry Woodbury has it. It goes back now to Sean Bowers. Remember, this stays tied. We go to overtime. And then if it stays tied after that, we would have a shootout situation. But still plenty of time left. Just under 6 minutes. 7-7 the score. Sean Bowers of Anaheim. Nice and forward to his teammate Taylor Irvine. Donnie Gaylord cuts into the center of the arc. And back to Terry Woodbury from the Arizona Sand Sharks. East has a chance here to set up on defense. Brecky. Irvine. He's marked by the veteran Chico Moreira. Gaylord overlaps. Irvine is flexed and taken outside. Now Bowers. He'll crank. He'll fire. Salas the save. That spinning side 4 ball, not easy to get a grip on sometimes.
Oh, Nebo's still out there. Nebo's the hottest forward tonight. But he'll have to take another shift here in a minute.
Nebo, in fact, just chasing down. Coming forward is Barnes, takes the shot, the ricochet, Rusty Troy. Steady as a rock to sweep it away. Now Eric McClellan to Zizinho. Long ball upfield, there's Nebo.
Corner to Nebo.
With 4 goals tonight. Andy Chapman also on that line right now. Under 5 minutes left in regulation. 7-7 the score. And there's Nebo in with the ball from the Houston Hot Shots.
Is 15 today. Travis Hall is 13. Thanks for
Zizinho now.
birthday with the CISL.
Good 1v1 player. Takes the shot, the ricochet. Charging through is Chapman. There's the beauty of indoor soccer. You may have the angle you want closed down, but then you can use the boards.
And the East
So
has
there's
turned up
always a chance to get the ball in front of the goal.
Much to the disdain of the goalkeepers. Approaching the 4-minute mark.
Remember, there's no tie in the All-Star game. This tie will be the more.
Rusty Troy now.
Rusty, go now. Go with the ball. Go with the ball.
For the Dallas sidekicks. Chapman and Doug Neely's on Chapman. Chapman goes down. As Doug Neely, he's used to marking guys. You say he's a very good marker. Tight. Does not lose many of his defensive assignments.
Well, Chapman was leaning backwards there.
Zion Allen comes up with a steal. That goes back to Brett Phillips. Jeff Betts, chest trap, looking for Michael Collins. Collins now. Here comes Drago.
How would you like to buy one?
Collins trying to control it as Drago. Nice moves on the part of Michael Collins. Now Danny Pena.
Next 2 for 1 Sunday, August.
The East keeping the pressure on a midfield, trying to win the ball.
Look over to the other.
Now John Punterman. Uses his strength to get upfield.
Don, draw and go.
Jeff
Draw
Betts.
and go.
He gets it stolen away. Whistle, free kick coming up for the East. Good look at John Punterman.
Troy Snyder was brought down.
Foul charge to and number 3, Troy Snyder says, hey,
now Snyder from the Washington Warhawks for Kia. Under 3 minutes left. Cracky catches Salas out. Headed back by Troy Snyder, so Salas can pick it up. Could not be passed back to the goalkeeper, but it can be headed back. For Drago. In the middle was Kia. So the East players wanted a handball on that one.
After the game tonight.
Well, the West were in bad positions right there. The Drago could have got that ball across to Kia. Kia had an easy knock-in.
Now Preki. Dale Irvine spanks it. It's blocked. Kick in coming up for the West. All right, we've got more coming away from Portland, Oregon. It is the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game, and 7-7 is our score.
Busted your back. You've nearly drowned.
The 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game from Memorial Coliseum, Portland, Oregon. Dave Johnson, Ron Newman on hand for this one, along with a big crowd here at Memorial Coliseum in Portland, and hope you're enjoying it. You can tell by the reaction in this crowd, they've been enjoying this. One of the souvenir balls that maybe they received is every time there's been a goal tonight, there's been a ball flying into the stands. We almost got hit, I think, on the second goal, but fortunately it went to one of the fans just below us.
They were trying to get it to us, I think, as
Yeah.
a souvenir.
That's right.
They knew we wanted one.
All right, so 7-7 the score. Remember, the East is in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys. The West with an excellent situation here, set play. Michael Collins puts it into play, goes into the corner, out there with the shot. Was Preki, and goes back to Danny Pena.
Down to the last 2 minutes now. Any mistake now could be critical, Dave.
Samuel Geronimo gets it back down to Chico Moreira, looking for Nebo. Nice forward.
Keeps the ball.
Irvine and Collins collide with each other.
2 minutes left
Difficult
in the game.
defense on the part of the East.
7-7.
As everyone puts their bodies on the line.
Nebo
Samuel
banded
Geronimo.
it there.
Now Nebo storms forward. Nebo stays with it. The shot. And Phillips makes the save. Now Drago. Nice there. Nebo may have something. He's got Drago overlapping. For Drago in the corner now. Geronimo's in the middle. Brett Phillips is there to scoop it up. A minute and a half left now in regulation. Preki gets a turn, gets a shot. The save by Salas.
Great save by Salas.
Now Dale Irvine. Irvine takes the shot. Salas comes up big again. A minute 18 left in regulation. Johnny Gaylord also out there. Remember, Gaylord with 2 goals tonight. Preki, look at those deft moves in close quarters. A minute 7 left. The Portland crowd hopes the West wins. Sean Bowers, it's in the net! It's in the net! A goal! West!
Sean Bowers, number 22, with the goal, the assist by
Sean Bowers, a last-minute addition to the All-Star squad, and a last-minute goal scored. He's going to work the crowd. And another lucky fan goes home with a souvenir soccer ball.
There's Sean Bowers, puts it into Dale Irvine, who shields it perfectly, and Sean Bowers has got a thundering shot. Salas has got no chance with that one. But that was what you call composure. And great shielding by Dale Irvine, who waited and waited and just rolled it into the path. Here it is there. Dale Irvine gets it, shields it, holds it, lays it into the path of Bowers, and he buries it.
So Sean Bowers, as we said, a last-minute addition to this West squad because of injuries to Ralph Black and Bronco Segona. And now the 6th attacker as Drago steps into that role, and the 6th attacker is something you first used in indoor soccer way back in the early 80s, Rod Newman.
Yeah, this is exciting now. You know, you go for broke. I mean, there's an empty goal. The other team are dying to get the ball so they can get an easy goal. But there's always a chance using that extra man, you can get the extra man free, get an extra shot and tie the game up.
And before you put the pizza box away, we still have a minute left in this contest. You've seen tonight already how quickly the goals come in indoor soccer. And now they have the 6th attacker. Let's see if that strategy pays off for the East. But right away, the West keeping numbers up, pressuring the midfield. 46 seconds left. Drago now. They finally get some movement. To Chapman, now to Rusty Troy. They work it now into the corner. Kia is stepped on with 33 seconds left.
The East mustn't lose the ball. Mustn't lose the ball. East have got to be patient and wait for the shot.
8-7 the score. Drago. Samuel Geronimo is in that corner. With 20 seconds left, Drago has to track it down. Uses the boards to help buy him some time. He's got Rusty Troy left side. Chapman in the middle. 8 seconds left. Bends around. It's in tight. It's in the net. It's in the net. And to Chapman. A goal for the East.
Tell me about this game. Is this an exciting sport or what? Nothing left on the clock. Throw it into the goal mouth. Hope for the best. Everybody on the East side must have had their fingers crossed, their legs crossed, everything crossed, and they go and get it.
Ron Weinstein with reason to smile, the commissioner of the CISL, and Rusty Troy did what he had to do.
Ball bouncing everywhere. Ball bouncing everywhere. And no chance for goalkeepers in those situations.
Samuel Geronimo was also right there. Let's see who got it. It was either him or Andy Chapman. We saw Chapman raise his hand. That was Chapman.
Chapman wants it.
Yeah, Andy Chapman got the goal. But I think if he had not gotten it, it would have gone to Geronimo. But we have the end of regulation. So the thrills and spills will continue. 8-8 to score after 60 minutes of indoor soccer. And we've got more to come. Well, stay there. Sudden death overtime is coming your way next. It's the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game from Portland. Yeah.
The day
Dave Johnson, Ron Newman back in Portland. 1995 Continental into a Soccer League All-Star Game. And Ron, we're getting more than we paid for. 8-8 the score after regulation. Andy Chapman with the goal in the closing seconds. And you and I were just saying, how often do you get to see extra time in an All-Star Game? Because a lot of times these turn out to be one-sided affairs in a lot of sports. And we thought Sean Bauer's goal was going to be the game winner for the West with about a minute left.
I thought this was it. I didn't think that the East could come back. I think everybody thought that was it, but in this game, you never know. I mean, bounces happen.
But then with 4 seconds left in the contest, Rusty Troy sets it up, the ricochet. Kia got a head on it, and Chapman with the finish.
It was just thrown around the boards. Hope for the best, get a lucky bounce, and which is exactly what they got, a lucky bounce.
Well, they call him Superman with over 601 goals in his career. And he picked an opportune moment to get that one. And if he did not, Samuel Geronimo of the Mexico Toros is right there as well. So 8-8 the score. With 10 minutes now, the extra time situation. And again, this is sudden death. And if we get through sudden death, we could have a shootout to determine the winner tonight.
I've got a funny feeling that he's not going to get to a shootout.
I have a funny feeling you're right.
Momentum now, though, is all on the East. The East feel really fired. Look at them go. They're really fired up now.
The East in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys. Chico Marrero, the veteran, but now the West also coming out great guns. Nebo trying to get control on it, trying to escape John Putterman. He's got 4 goals tonight. Nebo, the shot. The ricochet comes hard off the glass. John Perry is right there.
Moreno with a header.
Chico Marrero gets the header on it. We have a whistle.
Collins is right back at you, and a whistle stop.
And it'll be a free kick coming up for the West.
I thought Nebo was going to do it right there.
I really did. I thought, well, 4 goals tonight. Good time to have the 5th.
He got a yard away from his man, but...
the header by Collins. Jeff Betts now. Out to John Putterman. Back to Danny Pena. And look at the pressure. Both teams know it just takes 1 goal to decide it.
Pena bit by Allen. Grabs it back. Collins
did well at first to get through midfield, but that was closed down by 2 West defenders. Michael Collins now. 9 minutes left here in the extra time.
Precky's on.
Irvine's in the middle. Collins takes the shot. Can't thread it through the defense. Chico Marrero comes thundering out. Now Kia from the Pittsburgh team, the Pittsburgh Stingers.
Timeout.
Rusty Troy to Kia. He'll take the shot through the arms of Brett Phillips.
There will be no television stoppage of play.
There's a slight deflection there.
This is extra time of the 1995 Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game from the Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon. Again, the East in the white jerseys, the West in the red jerseys, and 1 goal is going to do it tonight. This is sudden death. 8:22 left in the extra time. Rusty Troy with a touch on the ball to Eric McClellan of the Washington Warthogs.
Well, the early momentum's gone a bit now. They've quieted down a little bit now. And slow, so
I guess in an opportune world, especially if you're the East, you have a kickoff, you want to come out with a lot of energy and just get this game over with. Now you're right, it's settling into more like a game situation. Terry Woodbury will have the kick in.
West have got some big scorers out there. Woodbury, Precky, Sean Bowers, Dal Irvine's out there.
And Precky gets those moves going, but sliding in there. Nice work on Samuel Geronimo, ahead for Kia, but Terry Woodbury intervenes. But Geronimo, good defense on the part of the young player from Mexico. Now Woodbury trying to find Collins. Drago intervenes. Rusty Troy. He's got Chapman open on the left flank. Didn't see him. Now McClellan does. Chapman tips into the box. Coming out is Phillips. They'll punch it away. Now Becky, the nifty back heel. Salas is a sitting duck.
Donnie Caroline could have been the hero right there.
Could not finish. 7:20 left. Don Gaylord almost had his 3rd goal of the evening. Gaylord now with a touch on the ball. Gets free, gets a turn, but McClellan is there. Ball played forward. Here comes Debo. Phillips is out. Should have been a handball. No call made. Phillips gets back and makes the save, and now we see the card.
It's a delayed 2 minutes. He had a delayed 2 minutes. He handled the ball both hands. A good 2 feet outside the penalty box. This will be a power play. This is the best chance to the East now.
The call, handball.
Now let's watch it again.
Nebo gets there through. He's well through. He collected the ball. There it is. The save. Great save. Unfortunately, outside of the penalty area. So they, SC Bahamas pulled a delayed 2 minutes, which meant the game continued until the West got possession. Once the West got possession, then the game stopped.
So Nebo almost had his 5th goal tonight. It would have been the last goal tonight as well, the game winner. It'll be a free kick coming up, a power play situation. So delayed handball the call. That almost could have been a shootout situation, though.
Shootout, but I think there was somebody that got behind the goalkeeper. One of the West teams that got beyond, West players got behind the goalkeeper, so that prevented it being a shootout goal.
If there was no one left, it would have had to have been a shootout situation. And it looks like Pregame will serve the 2-minute penalty. So this, here in overtime, is the first power play situation. So the team in the white, the East, has a man advantage tonight.
Number 3, Pregame will serve the penalty.
Pregame will serve it. They finally sort that out.
Power play in
Drago. Rusty Troy. It's in the net. It's in the net. A goal for the East. And the East captures the first Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. Rusty Troy, the veteran from the Dallas Sidekicks, gets the game winner. Well, and now he gets the sweetest souvenir ball of all.
Rusty Troy, very happy.
Troy will work the crowd one more time. So in overtime, 9-8 the final tonight. And a set piece of soccer is so important.
Rusty got his shot in, but he wasn't right on target. Hits the inside the post and hits Brett Phillips behind the back and goes on into the goal. Typical indoor goal. It's really tough on Brett. They were teammates yesterday, last year, I should say, last season. But here they're off his back and into the goal. Very frustrating way to end the game for Brett Phillips. But they all count, and Rusty Troy is the hero today.
And they all smile at the end of an All-Star game. Rusty Troy's first and only goal. The final tonight. We're coming back with more, but the East defeats the West in the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. 9-8. Come on back.
Color can set a tone, capture a mood, create a personality for any room. That's why Glidden paint.
Back in Portland, Oregon, the final score, the East defeats the West in overtime, 9-8, the Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. The Portland Pride and Jeff Sanders Promotions in association with the Continental Indoor Soccer League. Thank you for watching the 1995 Fred Meyer Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game, presented by the Oregonian. Today's game was brought to you by Fred Meyer, where one-stop shopping, the easy way to save time and money. And by the Oregonian, everything you need to know. And by Valvoline, the #1 choice of America's top mechanics.
In just moments.
Dave Johnson back here in the postgame of this thrilling All-Star game. Nebo Branovich with 4 goals from the Houston Hotshots, but Rusty Troy with the one that really counted. 9-8 the final. With me once again is Commissioner Ron Weinstein. I think nice script you came up with tonight, an overtime game. Everything you possibly asked for in this contest.
Everything. Everybody thinks I planned out everything in advance, but not this one. If I had it my way, the West would have won for the West crowd. But yeah, it was a great game. It was perfect for the fans. People of Portland came out and supported it, and those of you that had a chance to watch it on television saw a great sporting spectacle.
Okay, Ron Weinstein, the commissioner, very happy with good reason. Another guy very happy as well tonight, the most valuable player to tonight's contest, and I think they're just giving out that award now. the Most Valuable Player award, and I believe the Most Valuable Player going to Nebo Bandovich. They have the Houston Hotshots, and with good reason tonight, as he collects 4 goals for the victorious East team. So Nebo of the Houston Hotshots with the 4 goals. 9-8 the final. The East defeats the West in overtime of the first Continental Indoor Soccer League All-Star Game. For Ron Newman, I'm Dave Johnson. Thanks for watching. We'll see you along the road.